Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another episode of the Lady Boss Show. I am your host. If you don't know, guys should know this by now. I am Veronica Chanel, the host and the creator of the Lady Boss Show. And so, if you have never seen the Lady Boss Show before, we are basically all about talking to influential guests, men and women as well, who are using their God given gift to help transform society, even in their local communities. And so we were right in the middle of our summer music flow. But I want to pause it for a moment because you guys should see the graphics, the announcement. I want to bring and introduce everyone a family member of mine, my little cousin who's all grown up. She's an entire grown woman now, who is a creator and a YouTuber. And when I was looking at her videos, on YouTube, I just can see what God is doing in her life. So I want to bring my little cousin on, Cortney Williams. We're going to be talking about singleness and independence. And hey, Courtney.
Hi.
So what we're going to do is start things off. This is going to be a relaxed show. I always like to be relaxed and chill with my guests. I want you to just tell us a little bit about yourself, Courtney.
Okay, well, my name is Courtney. I am 24 years old. I am currently in college and I attend Liberty University to get my bachelor's degree in business administration. I have a YouTube channel that talks about many different things. I create things. I talk about relationships. I talk about God, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the road to becoming an influential leader, and I'm excited.
Oh, I like that. I didn't know, an influential leader. You want to be like a motivational speaker.
Yes.
Ah, now our family, we come from a line of preachers. So I'm thinking, I say motivational speaker, 'cause I know you trying to be a preacher. Because preachers, ministers, pastors, all of that runs, even, I believe even prophets runs in our family. And so we're going to be talking about singleness, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to comment, even after the show is over, and then either me or Courtney will reply to your comments. Those of you who are going to be watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate it because we are multi-streaming on Periscope. Hey, Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook. And so if I don't see your comment, I do apologize. Trust me, I'm not trying to ignore you, but I'm just gonna have to sometimes it comes through and sometimes it doesn't. So, but I want to thank everybody for watching because Lord knows I greatly appreciate it. Okay. So tell me a little bit, Courtney, what made you decide to become a creator, a YouTuber?
Well, I had a YouTube channel before with someone else, and
Mm-hmm.
I loved doing it, but then I felt limited. So I wanted to create my own channel where I could do everything I wanted to do and be free to be myself. Like I can make things, I could talk about things freely, and there's no filter. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about, and
Mm-hmm.
no one else could control it but me.
Mm. So those of you who have not seen her channel, I have seen it. Went through her video. She is transparent, and that's what I want to kind of go into. I see because I remember way back, like when you was a little girl, and you was very shy. Now I don't see that. I see the Lord is bringing you out.
Yes.
um I see you like you're owning what's rightfully yours. I see you reaching towards it. You're more open. You're coming out of the box. And so I want you to talk about that video that you did with another young lady about you guys were talking about relationship, because some people have not even been to your channel and they haven't even seen your videos. Kind of tell them a little bit of background about that.
Well, in that video, Ariel, her YouTube name is Ariel Kwame,
Mm-hmm.
and we knew each other in middle school, but we never were like the type that would hang out together. We just were two different people. So we eventually got connected back, and we reached out to each other. She also has a YouTube channel, and we went through similar situations when it came to ending a relationship that we had both been in for a long time, the same
Mm-hmm.
amount of time. So we kind of related on that. We related that basically God had us there for a reason. God needed us single for a reason. And we were both trying to grow spiritually, and we were both trying to better our relationship with God. We were both trying to be what God needed us to be. And we had hard times. That's what we talked about in the video, how hard it is to accept what God allows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was very difficult. That's what we talked about in the video. And if you go watch it, you'll see where we were very transparent about those two relationships.
Yeah, they are. They're very transparent. I wanted to ask you something. It's amazing how you and her compare how you guys were in the relationship and how you are after. Because now you're like, I'm a young woman. I'm single. I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel? Do you feel that you're more mature? I mean, the change. Because some people, Courtney, is like, because everybody can relate to singleness.
Yeah.
Everybody can relate to independence. I hope.
Yeah.
But you know how when it's like you're going through this little channel, this little season, and when you look back, you're like, I am not that same person
No.
I was before. And it's like you're single, but don't you feel greater and like that? I can see it greater and better than you
Yeah.
were before.
I feel unlimited. I feel free. I feel
Mm,
no anxiety. And not to say that relationship brought me anxiety, but definitely realize. So basically, when you're in a relationship and you break up, you start to blame yourself in the beginning. But when you really take time
mm-hmm.
to look at what God has allowed and just accept it, you learn that, hey, I'm not such a bad person. I got a few things to work on. And when you become at peace with that, you really mature and you begin to make changes, because there's no point in, to me, I moped about it for a long time. But then I got on my feet and I was just like, I've got to change. If I want certain things, I've got to change. I've got to grow up. I've got to become a better woman. I got to be godly, and
Yes.
I have to live up to a certain standard.
Yes, because one of the videos you did, you said when the guys that they don't want to take you out, like
Mm-hmm.
go out to eat.
Uh,
Because it's like on Courtney's, for those of you who haven't seen it, I put her where you can search for her on YouTube. It's like she's being transparent, but then she's giving you some coaching, some
yeah,
tips at the same time. And so you kind of tell us a little bit about what you've been through, like you learned from. In other words, you don't want a guy that you don't want to be seeing me in public. You don't want to take me out to eat
yeah,
or anything. You don't want to bring around your friends. You got to watch that. You really
right,
want your friend. You want me to come around at night,
right.
or they want to come to your house.
Yeah, and you're not coming to my house. No.
No, and then because you
uh,
you kind of like, well, he only got one thing on his mind, and so you want someone, ladies and gentlemen, we got to kind of remind ourselves, you want someone
yeah,
that wants more than just that,
yeah,
and
exactly.
and I believe if you will, Courtney, you can share as much as you. It's up to you how much you want to share.
Okay.
Your experience, what was it when the light bulb went off? Because I know there's an age difference between me and you, but so what they used to say was when you hit your 30s, the light
Hmm.
bulb go off.
Yeah,
For some people, the light bulb go off long before then, which is a
yeah.
good thing. So if
Yeah,
you would kind of
exactly.
share with us when you had that moment.
You mean as in the moment where I realized that I got to do for me, and I can't just be letting guys come and steal my
Yes.
keys, basically.
Hmm.
That moment happened when I accepted what I couldn't change, literally.
Hmm.
Um, because a lot, and I don't mean to keep referring back to the relationship I left out of, but that really changed me
Hmm.
for the better, the
Hmm.
breakup. So that light bulb went off when I realized that I was just crying way too much all the time. And I
Oh
was just
wow.
like, I prayed one specific prayer. And after then, I was like, a guy will never have me in that space again. I will
Hmm.
never let anyone steal my peace, because it's not
Hmm.
worth it. And if God took it away, then that means there's better for you. So when another guy comes, he's going to have to give you the best, because you've seen the worst. You don't want to experience that again. So when you see similar, you're going to be like, you're not the one. God's going
Right.
to let you know. And that's where discernment comes in. You're going to be like, that's not it.
Right. That discernment of the spirit, Lord knows. Oh, and you know what? You know what I noticed?
You
is super bright.
fine.
What in the world? Okay, I'm gonna still try to stay on track. But you're absolutely right, because I see that, because I get approached, I get sometimes, guys just kind of throw like little small
Yeah.
little little hints at you. Everybody is not
Yeah.
able to like just open up. I'm the
Yeah.
type of person that's like, just talk,
Yeah.
just
Me
say
too.
it,
Yeah.
get it out, get it over with. That's better than all this little bush, because I don't like miscommunications. And so
Exactly.
I like it when you said that discernment, because
Yeah.
sometimes they may come kind of like kind of slick,
Right.
like they're like,
Right.
because I know, Courtney, you're looking for somebody, a Christian man,
Right. Yeah.
someone in church, because you don't want to be going through the reflection of what you've been through before. Now,
Mhm.
for me, I don't care how old you are. You can encourage anybody,
Mhm.
anybody. So if anyone is going through something at this moment and they struggle with the singleness and they may be feeling lonely, can you tell us a little bit of what you did to overcome? Because I see an overcomer too, and that's why I want them to go to Courtney's YouTube video channel, and you kind of see, I can see the pattern of how God just brought you out. But for those who have not, I want you to elaborate a little bit on it.
Okay, so what I want to tell you first, and this is really, really big, you have
Mm-hmm.
to be, it sounds really childish, but you have to be nice to yourself. Don't
Mm-hmm.
compare, don't rush your process, don't let anyone tell you you need to hurry up and heal and you
Mm-hmm.
being single is a gift from God. That's what I believe, as well as marriage. But I really believe that being single is a gift from God. And
Mm-hmm.
I one thing that helped me, I watched the Relationship Goals by Michael Todd. I think it's Transparent Church.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's what his church is called. I watched that, and I understood and realized that being single was necessary, because when God does send the one, you are already whole. You've been through that process, and you know what you want, what you need. And let
Right.
me tell you something. Don't ever feel like you're not good enough because you're single. This is the best time to do what you want to do, because you don't have a husband, and you don't have
Honey.
nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
you basically have time to travel, you have time to live. And I've been in that place where it just seems so depressing and so boring. And
Mm-hmm.
don't rush your singleness. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. I love it now. It hurt at first, but God kept telling me, look, this is
I
this
like that. I like what you just said. You said, I love it now. So it's like
Mhm.
you're accepting this position that God, this season, I should say,
Yeah.
God
Hmm.
has me in. But of course, you want more. Because
Yeah.
I want you to talk about, because we'll talk about independence too. Because Courtney did a little video on when she got her own place. You
Yeah.
were talking about how and you know what? You're the only one, Courtney, I think, out of the cousins that can put the aunts and the other cousins on YouTube, and they don't get upset.
Yeah.
And they don't get
Exactly.
upset. I said, "Oh my gosh, you got my aunt on YouTube, and she doesn't even get upset." I'm like, okay, that's
She
that's
did.
her. I can't put my mom on YouTube. That's the problem. That one's totally different. But in one of your videos, you talk about my stop. She's in the background talking.
Hey,
Forgive
Aunt
me,
Lube.
y'all. Courtney said, "Hi, Aunt LeBay." She said, y'all can tell we related, right? We just all
Uh-huh.
about that we laugh. It's okay. But you were talking, showing your apartment. You was
Uh-huh.
living with my Uncle Charlie,
Hmm.
and Aunt Fee, and then you said, I want my own place.
Right.
Want to get the independence. I want you to talk about that transition too, because you were going through. I went through this singleness. I'm coming out of being with somebody with this singleness,
Hmm.
and I'm like, I feel like I'm stuck. And see,
Yeah.
I just feel, Courtney, you have a testimony,
Yeah.
and I feel you can really help somebody. So that's why I wanted you to just go ahead on and just push that out, to the people.
Okay, so yeah, like she said, I was living with her Aunt Phoebe, which is my grandma. I was living with my grandma and grandpa, and
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, I love my grandparents, but when you're crowded, when I mean crowded, not as in space, but in your head where you cannot hear God because
Mm-hmm.
there's so many people around, you have to move. And I had been hearing confirmation in church so much about get that place, move. You know, if God's telling you to move, move. And I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
listening. So I I definitely could tell I wasn't listening. But as I began to let God speak to me, because I was very stubborn about it, because if you know me, you know I'm close to my grandparents. So I wasn't ready
Mm-hmm.
to move out, but I was ready to move out. So when I finally did, I I realized how healthy it is to have your own space to think and to have that time to talk and cry
Mm-hmm.
out to God with no interruptions. Because becoming independent is so free feeling. Of course, it comes with the struggles of, you know, having to pay bills, but it's so worth your mental peace and so worth that time with God. I
Right.
love that
Right.
I am free. I basically have my own little sanctuary. I'm able to talk to
Mm-hmm.
God, cry to Him, and I have no interruptions. So that's the best part about becoming independent and deciding, hey, I've got to grow up. I've got to come out of this stuck place and I've got to do something new.
Do, and that's the key word. I like what you said. You said do something new. And now you surround yourself, you have a good support system,
I
correct?
do.
So
Yes.
you surround yourself around your church family, and
Hmm.
then also your family. How did they play a part? You know, I know you got a church family, you got a family. How do they play a part as far as bringing Courtney to the point that she's at today?
They played a huge role, especially my grandma. And my granddad would even give me advice here and there. But you know, men, they're just like, I don't know. But my
Hmm.
grandma was so supportive in the process. She was there every time I cried. She was there every time I smiled to keep smiling. My cousin
Hmm.
Jade, my whole family, my aunt, my parents, they always wouldn't let me. They were very not hard on me in a bad way, but whenever they saw me starting to decline again, they were like, it's not worth it. You've been doing good. Keep pushing forward.
That's
And
the. Hmm.
yeah, my family does not play when it comes to family. So when
Hmm.
it came to our you getting better, they're just like, you can't afford to keep declining. You got to stay up. And as far
Hmm.
as my church family, I would talk to my pastor all the time, and my church family always kept me lifted up in prayer. They're very supportive, and that's what I love about my support system. There's no judgment, especially in my church. There's no judgment. You're
That's
free.
good.
You're free to hurt, but you're free to heal. So there's no pressure to rush your healing, but there is a time to start the process. So that's very,
Oh,
yeah. My
I like
pastor
that.
preaches on forgiveness all the time. Like, you
Yeah.
have to forgive.
Yes. And you know what? That's something that was going to go to my next. I'm glad you said that, Courtney, because
Hmm.
in that video you did with the relationship with you and another young
Hmm.
lady, you guys was talking about forgiveness.
Yes.
I don't know about anybody else. That's an area that's kind of tight and it's hard. You know, sometimes people just need more time to get
Yeah.
over certain things. Everybody just can't pop in and pop out. But
Right.
it took me a while from the spiritual perspective to know that when you forgive, it's releasing you.
Yeah.
And I
Exactly.
think that's when it starts the process. Now, is that the moment that helped you to get out of the feeling of being stuck?
Yeah. Because the Bible says you're supposed to forgive your brother and sister. I think it's 70 times 7. So
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to constantly forgive. And I had to realize that that's what God requires us to do. I have no choice in the matter. He tells us to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So in that moment when I stopped being stubborn and I realized that it's okay, you're gonna get hurt by people you love all the time. It's okay. Did it happen overnight for me? It did not. It took time. It took
Right.
willpower, and it took my support system. But it was hard to forgive at first. I'm going to be honest. It's no walk in the park. And I want to tell
Mm-mm.
people that because I don't want them to think that that's something they're supposed to feel in the right beginning. But when you believe in what God said and you trust his words, you'll start to understand that forgiveness is necessary for you.
It is. It is necessary. And you know what? You can't do it by yourself. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the church is very significant. I don't want to. You know what? Let me stop for a moment. I'm sorry. I noticing that we have some people watching, And I want to thank you for joining us live, and thank you for, put some comments and let us know where you're watching from, either your city or state. And make sure you like and share this video out. I want to thank you for joining me and my little cousin on the Lady Boss Show. We're talking about, the topic is single and independence. I'm gonna get to what was my thought? Oh, the church.
It's all right. It happens to me all the time.
I'm just like totally relaxed right now. That's a good thing. Totally relaxed. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I was going to do what I was getting ready to say was the church is very significant. You need a good, stable church home,
Hmm.
to help you get over anything that you may be facing. And so,
Right.
if anyone's watched this video and you don't have one, a solid foundation, please get one, because
Right.
I'm gonna be a witness. You're not gonna get over, hurt,
Yeah.
that especially when it hits you hard. I know you can agree,
Yes.
Courtney. Some things just hit
Yes.
you hard and kind of like you kind of step back a minute.
Yes.
You
Woo.
got to step back, but you can't stay there. And
Yes.
this is why I wanted to bring, Courtney Williams, on the Lady Boss Show, because she takes you through her process on
Hmm.
her YouTube channel, and then she gives you tips as well. Now that she has comes out, she reaches back and say, "Let me tell you that last video you did. Didn't I see that last video you just did that you give tips? Or was it the
The
last
one
one or the
before
one before
last.
that
Mhm.
about the confidence?"
Yes. Hmm.
Honey, I want you to talk about that too. Because if you're not confident within yourself, you're not gonna be truly independent. That's how I
Right.
feel.
Right. So basically, let me tell you what can bring down your confidence, and
Hmm.
it's not technically bring you when you allow it to. Social, and I would say social media, and I say social media because people are up there portraying their life and posting their life, and this is what affected me. When you
Hmm.
see everyone else having everything you want, it tears down your faith and it tears down your confidence. You see all these beautiful men or women, and you're just like, I wish I looked like them. I wish I looked like that. Or
Hmm.
even let me
Hmm.
tell you, it's possible when people act a certain way and they seem more appealing to everyone else, you're going to try to be like that person because you want to be appealing and you want to be accepted. And I
Hmm.
had an issue with that. When it came, I younger, I had very, very low self-esteem, and I talked about that in the video a little bit, I believe. And I got emotional in the video because I don't want any other woman, especially ones that are connected to me, or even
Hmm.
just women, period. I don't want any woman to feel like a man can validate them, or a person or a friend, anybody. When you
Hmm.
realize who you are in God, I'm telling you, and you understand that how much God loves you, and when you really think about it, your confidence will build. You can't be anyone
Oh
else
yeah,
but yourself, and you gotta own it and you gotta love it.
you have to own it. You
Yes.
have to own it, and you have to look, accept you. And if you,
Yeah.
because I'm like Courtney. She said in her video, "I never been the jealous type."
Right.
Me
Hmm.
either. I don't think, I think jealousy is a waste of time and energy.
Yeah.
I would
Hmm.
rather look in the mirror and say, okay, I need to fix something about myself. I need
Right.
to change this. I'd rather pour in more energy in that. And so I can, own my gift what God has given me,
Right.
and then and start commanding. You know what I'm saying? That's how you become a
Right.
leader, you know, and that's and
Exactly.
you can do it when you're single.
Yeah.
There's no
Oh yeah. Got plenty of time.
Right. There's no
Yes.
distractions. And
Yes.
so oh, this is good right now, Courtney. I feel like we in church just now.
I know.
So tell me now, I didn't know you had the gift of doing it yourself. Your
Yeah.
little videos, how you make things yourself.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know you had the gift for like arts and crafts.
I do. I love to do it. I do. Hmm.
So tell us a little bit about, as far as what you have done, because I hopefully after the end of this show, you guys go to her YouTube channel and subscribe, and you can kind of see more about Courtney.
Yeah. Well, I make literally all different kinds of things. I started off with tutus. I did cupcake bouquets. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see what I made. I did. Now I'm starting to do where I'm doing house revamping and I'm making stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I changed my regular floors because I did not like them to marble floors. What else? I make door wreaths. What else do I make? I make a lot of different things. And it's something I love to do. It's my peace when I'm feeling overwhelmed. And
Oh.
I
Mm-hmm.
took that from my mind to making it to my YouTube channel. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how that works. Yeah.
Yeah, so she offers a variety on the show. She gives you tips. She does a little interviewing, 'cause I saw you, to me, like you interviewed the other young lady, basically. I know you guys
Yeah.
were together, but it was like to me that I said she's interviewing somebody else.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. I
Yeah.
know there's a part two coming, right?
It is. It's coming. I just have to get it pulled together and edit it and everything, but it's coming. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
now my mom was telling me you have your own business.
I I do.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do better at it because my work schedule is always, but I have something called Creative Courtney. I do.
So that's the one that's with the t-shirts, correct?
Yeah. Oh yes, I do. No, I do have my own. I'm sorry. Because I'm like two businesses over here. Like I have the Creative Courtney where I make stuff. Yes, I do have a t-shirt business. And it's called
Okay.
the Relationship Brand.
The relationship brand. Now I saw the t-shirts. I hope you roll that out more. I hope
Okay.
you do. Because I like the t-shirts, what I saw. It's on her Facebook page
Hmm.
as well. So I want you guys to check that out. That's if she decides to kind of take it for because I
Yeah.
kind of see you trying to see which way the Lord want to lead you
Yeah.
as
And
far
that also comes into this single, you still have a relationship, and that's a relationship with God. That's why He requires you to be single because you're so distracted in your worldly relationships, whether it's a friendship, work, co-workers, and a
hmm
relationship, marriage, kids. You're distracted. So when you even before you're married, you have to go through a singleness, and it's so important to find yourself and develop a relationship with God. So that's
hmm
what my shirts come from. It's for everybody.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that idea. Now I see you're not afraid to talk, and that's good. I see you. You're more. You're becoming, like I said, you're coming out of the box. I can
Yeah.
see it more and
I
more open. Now, what if I want to know is how can those who are interested? Somebody may call you and say,
am.
Courtney, they may pull you for an interview, or they may ask you to come speak on this platform. How can they contact you? How can they reach you?
Okay, so I have a Gmail that I get on frequently, and it's jc47069 at gmail.com. Or I'm willing to put my phone number up here if that's okay with you.
It's up to you.
Or how about you guys just find me on Facebook and you can inbox me, then I can give you my number through that.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
want to. I
know,
can't. I didn't want to come out and say, "Oh, don't do that."
yeah, I
But
don't know. Yeah. Yeah, you just inbox me on Facebook or you can email me on my Gmail and I'll contact you back.
yeah, I think that's better. But
There.
but and also y'all, because I want to drive traffic to her YouTube. Check this young lady out. Is there any other tips? Any other tips off the top of your head you want to elaborate or talk on? Pertaining to singleness or independence, because that's a big jump coming
Yeah.
from a comfort zone, being under somebody else's roof,
Yeah.
and just your own, and have to maintain your own.
Basically, keep the faith. Don't be afraid to do what God is telling you to do. If you feel like you can't hear God's voice, just pray more. Get in that place of just you and God,
Hmm
and do what's best for you. Too much advice in your ear from people, it clutters you from hearing from God. So just stay in your place. Don't be afraid. Have the faith and trust that God's going to work everything out because He will.
Those are words of wisdom. Those are words of wisdom. I gotta have you back again, Courtney, on a different
Okay.
topic.
Okay.
You gotta be chatting a little bit more. I like that. I like the feel of it. And you know what? I see there's two comments coming in. Hey, Elder Carmen, and I see Dana has come in. She's agreeing with you said, Courtney, and she said
Okay.
it's so true. Thank you,
Okay.
Dana. And I see Elder Carmen from Periscope, and Dana is on Facebook that's watching us. Thank you, ladies, for joining us live. I appreciate that. And we have some more. I see the viewers are coming in from different platforms. So thank you for watching the Lady Boss Show. We're doing a quick chat with me and my cousin. This is just the beginning. This is just the
Yes.
beginning. You know, I gotta have her back because you see, she's ready to go. I can
Yeah.
see. Maybe I'm speaking. I see something that is to come, but she's ready to go. She's ready to rip. And Dana, I don't want to miss your comments. Dana said, she said, I was in a relationship. Oh my goodness, for 21 years. 21 years. She said she is finally free. Dana,
Yeah.
you know how some people be in a relationship for 2 and 3 years, Dana? And when they break up, it's like the whole world just fell apart. And you 21 years. And she says she's finally free. Dana feels free from that
That's
particular
good.
relationship. So I'm glad you are free, Dana. And thank you for watching, for joining us. She said yes. And I do see my mom. There she go on Facebook saying, "Hey, Courtney."
Hey,
But
I love her. I love my family.
you know she loves you too, Courtney. My mom. She always watch everything you put up there on Facebook.
Oh, that
She be,
means a lot. It really does.
yeah. Oh, and Dana said she was running. When she the, well, you know what, Dana, we got to have. You know what, Court, we got to do this again. Talk about relationship.
I know. A part two.
Yeah, more in depth because I do see that it has gotten the attention of the viewers, and I do see that everybody can relate to this. Everybody can
Yeah.
relate to relationship, singleness, being stuck, feeling stuck.
Yeah.
Lord knows, because I don't know about Courtney, but I have stories for days
Me too.
about being stuck,
Me too.
about being stuck. But I gotta have you back. I want to thank you, Courtney, for coming on
Thank you
the
for
Lady
having
Boss
me.
Show. Oh, you're welcome, honey. This is just a taste. This is just the beginning, and I do see that more is coming. I see more is coming for you. So yeah, that's my mom. What she put.
I love you too. I love it. I love it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the Lady Boss Show. Replay viewers, you can comment too. Tell us a little something about your status, your relationship, if you don't mind sharing. I like what Courtney said. There's no judgment. There's no judgment zone in
None.
your church. And on the Lady Boss Show, there's no judgment zone either. Okay. So I want to thank you for watching. Everybody have a good night. Next week, I'm gonna have another recording artist going to be joining us live. Smooches, everybody.